Hello everyone, my name is NURUL MAISARAH. Today I am excited to share my individual book response presentation on the classic short story Tobin's, which was written by the brilliant author O. Henry. This story explores the fascinating complexity of human relationship, the power of hope, and how fate and destiny play out in chaotic spaces. When I first read the story, the character who stuck with me the most was John Friedman, the patient narrator. I found him admirable because of the absolute loyalty and massive restraint he showed toward his friend. Throughout their entire night out at Coney Island, Tobin acts with total madness, blindly chasing silly signs from a fortune teller. Instead of abandoning Tobin to his wild illusions in the middle of a chaotic, noisy crowd, John chooses to stay by his side and protect him. My initial reaction was a mix of amusement at Toby's craziness, but deep respect for John's loyalty. However, sitting down with my group for our classroom discussion completely opened up my perspective. My Grooming Angel offer a great take, focusing heavily on the romantic side of the plot, and how admirable Tobin was for never giving up his search for his missing love, Katie. However, no. Meanwhile, Aswinawati pointed out that Tobin's desperation came from deep loneliness and fear, while Vanessa argued that he was being a bit foolish for relying on superstition instead of using common logic. Avery stepped in to counter that his actions were completely human because emotion and love naturally influence how we behave when we are worried about someone. So, listening to all of them debate made me realize that Tobin madness wasn't just silliness. It was uh, it was actually a realistic look at human psychology and a coping mechanism under stress. The discussion also forced me to look closer at the layout and writing style of the story. Personally, I found the arrangement quite frustrating at first, because the event happened so abruptly. The plot jumps very quickly from a shady fortune teller's den into a series of bizarre accidents at the park, making me think Toby will never find his first love again. However, Ari pointed out during our chat that this clear chronological structure actually helped build suspense beautifully in the middle. Even though the ending still felt sudden to me, comparing my thoughts with my group helped me see how O. Henry deliberately combined mystery and coincidence to pull off a brilliant, unexpected surprise. In conclusion, Tobin's poem taught me that human relationships are beautifully complex, and hope often thrives in the most chaotic spaces. This project was incredibly valuable to me because our group session challenged my own view and helped me analyze O. Henry's writing style much more deeply. Finally, I will absolutely recommend this short story to other intermediate English learner. Even though the ending is completely sudden, the accessible language, the energetic background of Coney Island, and the heartwarming friendship between John and Tobin make it an enjoyable piece of classic fiction. Thank you for listening.